Thanks for downloading a 3CR podcast. 3CR is an independent community radio station based in Melbourne, Australia. We need your financial support to keep going. Go to www.3cr.org.au for more information and to donate online. Now stay tuned for your 3CR podcast.
We're putting up new buildings, we're knocking down the old. We're working in the summer heat and in the winter cold. And the labour power we sell, me boys, for a hard-earned weekly pay produces mighty profits for the greedy MBA. And whether we were born here or born in Italy, in Greece, in Spain or Ireland, in England or Fiji, we all of us are workers, united we must stand, until the wealthy bludgers have been driven from our land. We faced deregistration, it backfired in the face. We're not fooled by arbitration, we won't stay in our place. We hit the bosses hard and fast to win and keep our gains, and break a couple of concrete pours to back our log of claims. So keep your powder dry and hold your head up high. It's class to class and face to face, our limit is the sky. We've got a fighting history and we never will be cowed. Our builders' labour is a name to make a man feel proud.
And it is good morning from the Concrete Gang, and we're bright-eyed, and we're bushy-tailed, and we are here. Good morning, Buzzer.
Haven't been here for a little while, and it's great to be here. I'm taking over Gorilla Spot today.
Another part-timer.
Yes.
Yeah, they've come off the interchange bench.
I've been up in Sydney side, having a bit of a look around up there.
I might be the apprentice, but it feels like I'm the consistent one in the gang these days.
Oh, yes.
Good morning, String Bean.
The award-winning concrete gang, the 100% code-compliant concrete gang. The code doesn't apply to us, so we can say whatever we want.
Correct. Good morning, folks. It's the Concrete Gang, brought to you every Sunday morning by Community Radio 3CR. We've kept them on the air for another year because we've done particularly well, and we're actually in credit for next year's Radiothon.
Still waiting on a few bills to be paid, though.
Oh, yeah, there's still a few minor matters, but we've done well, and thank you to everybody who supported the Radiothon, supported the Palace Hotel event, and we are doing exceptionally well. And now we've got to put a show to air, boys.
There should be another award for that one, I reckon. Getting ahead of the game for fundraising. There must be an award for that.
Yes, there is, but we won't go into that.
The old one's getting a bit dusty. We need a new one to
That's
crow
right.
about.
We need a bigger one. Need a bigger golden microphone. Anyway, the Gorilla's not here. He's trying to get his frequent flyer points up by disappearing to North Queensland. And the Buzzers come back from Sydney, and there was a little bit of excitement in Sydney.
Just as
are you in any way knowledgeable about the matter?
Well, I was just on my way back. I'd already arrived back when back when the incident with the crane out at Pro Build. What do they call that area? Woora, near the airport. Anyway,
Wally Creek.
Woorie Creek, is that it? And it wasn't a great situation, actually. And you're going to go into a bit more detail about that.
Yeah, we'll come to that. But you are back. You had a look around Sydney.
I went for a few long walks down between Bondi and Coogee. I went past Bronte Beach and the great walkways. Then I went up to Dover Heights. You ever been to Dover Heights?
You went up and saw John, did you? Called in to see
Dover
John.
Heights, Vaucluse, Rose Bay, Watson Bay. Did a bit of a walk around the working club.
Nearly got run over by all those federal police searching John Ibrahim's house.
Well, I did visit Vaucluse House, Elizabeth Bay House, but the one I really liked...
You didn't go to John Ibrahim's?
No, I didn't go to John Ibrahim. I went to the barracks, the Hyde Park barracks, where the convicts come in. Very interesting going there. You see a lot of how harsh the conditions were originally from the original settlements. And let's say we're going a bit better now, aren't we?
We hope so. But some of the stories we'll cover in this show suggest maybe not as well as we think.
Given where the politics are going, it's a good thing the facilities are a bit better these days.
Yes, indeed. We'll come to Malcolm Turnbull's latest pronouncement on the, shall we say, the state of the CFMEU. Anyway, let's commence by talking about the code. The 2016 code that was passed by the Senate at the end of November last year has finally been given its final step in the process of becoming a permanent thing. And there is, for those who don't know, a particular step in the process where a matter which is covered by regulation as opposed to legislation can in fact be disallowed. And the disallowance vote went up on late Wednesday, and guess what? It went down. So the disallowance was disallowed, which means that the code is there in all its rotten glory. And let us just say a few thank yous. Obviously, we've got to thank Malcolm Turnbull and the Liberal Party and Barnaby and his National Party. But we also have to thank Pauline Hanson. We have to thank Nick Xenophon. What a group of people. Now, there is Mr. Xenophon having talks with our National Secretary and asking questions and information and all the rest of it. But when the time came, he voted for the code. He
was always going to vote for the code.
Of course.
Ex-Liberal, same with the Hanson, and nothing's changed. And Hinch, you almost let Hinch off the hook, I think.
I was waiting to give him special mention because he's trying to make himself look a good fella, and we'll come to that in a minute. Make himself look a good fella by passing on with Sam Dastyari in the interests of equal marriage rights.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Dastyari got the memo that he just sold out construction workers and he got a big smooch.
Well, I'd say they look like they're tongue kissing each other, but we won't go too far into that.
Well, Sam went a little bit too far in his political career too. He got a little bit too close to a few people too, didn't he?
That's
really?
Correct. But let's talk about the code because
the
Labor Party and the Greens and Jackie Lambie certainly did vote for the disallowance, but it went down. That means the code is in place. That means that the CFMEU and other construction unions now have a problem they have to deal with. And that is quite clearly the issue of employers with whom those unions have agreements, who do federal government work and who are going to be prevented from successfully tendering for that work and therefore creating problems for our members who work for those companies. So there is going to be knock-on effects. It's all directed at one thing, and that is bosses who are considered to be union-friendly will be belted if they have not got a code-compliant agreement. So there was a discussion at the delegates' meeting this week. The union clearly has been looking at all the possibilities. We've kept the campaign going basically we've kept it going for over 8 months now. We failed in the first and most important thing, that was the vote. However, at the same time, the code and how it is being implemented, maybe not as fulsome a way as maybe some people planned, because one of the things that Xenophon and other people did put into the code was when we had it voted on last November, they did agree to put in judicial review. And there's a few parties, major contractors around Australia, who I think are telling the ABCC and the federal government, you better do this properly because we can go to court. And that is a restraint on the fulsome implementation of the code that maybe Mr. Hatchkus wanted, and certainly what Mr. Turnbull wanted. However, it's going to be a long process, and unfortunately in the confusion, and we have put out a notice to all members, do not meet with the boss about your EBA. Do not discuss the EBA. Do not vote on the EBA changes that are being proposed by a lot of bosses without the union. Make sure that you are getting represented, because as we found with Keller, Now, Keller is the biggest piling company in Australia. They own Frankie Pile, Vibra Piling Specialists and Austral. They are a huge internationally owned company. They decided to take advantage of the confusion around what is code compliant and what is not, and tried to introduce a whole lot of variations to their agreement by having a direct meeting with their employees, not telling them what was going to happen at the meeting, just dumped it on them when they got there, and then tried to basically start a process whereby in 7 days' time they would have a ballot conducted by the Australian Electoral Commission, and all the employees were expected to vote for the variations. And variations which included inclement weather, picnic day, you name it, all these variations were going to be added, and none of them were in fact code issues. There is no code issue about picnic day. There is no code issue about inclement weather. But no, opportunism is running rife. All these companies who think they can take advantage of the confusion are doing it. And the other one who's put himself out there, and sometimes you shouldn't put your head above the parapet, Joe, but CivilX have put themselves out there and they're trying to do the same thing. So, folks, it's a very simple proposition. At the moment, we have to work out as a union, as an industry, what is going to be the next step in this process. And people are going to try and make a rushed decision. They're going to try and take advantage of confusion. And what we've got to say is, no, we don't want to meet. No, we don't want to discuss. And no, we don't want to vote on any variations to our agreement, because all the agreements that are in place right now are all legal. Under the Fair Work Act, they are legal. And even if a variation was voted up, it ain't going to take place in the Fair Work Commission before the 1st of September. So they're all pissing in the wind, these bosses, but they're going to try and take advantage of the confusion to rip back conditions in the EBA which have been there for decades. They don't like them, but they're going to try and rip them back. You've got to say no, and you've got to tell the union what's going on, what is being put to you, and even if there's just a meeting called. In the case of Keller, they called a toolbox meeting and brought them all together on one site. The blokes who were on the particular site where the meeting was held, I thought they were just having their normal toolbox meeting.
I think there could have been a bit more better communication there, and actually, as soon as they get
the members, and now I've got a letter gone out to them personally saying, get onto the union if the boss starts calling meetings.
Straight away, the sooner we know, the better, so we can get out there and have a chat to you about because sometimes it's a bit misleading for the blokes. They seem to think, this boss might be trying to do the right thing, but there's been no proper consultation with the union. And like you just said, they've got very important. You've sent those letters out to all the members. They understand. Ring us straight away if they get a whisper of a meeting.
Indeed, they should. Now, in return for our good friends in the Turnbull government deciding that they're going to make life miserable for construction workers, we're going to see you, raise you. We're calling for a royal commission into the Liberal Party. And why wouldn't you? After the bullshit that's gone on in the media in the last week, where, shall we say, Matty Guy and the good fellas have had a nice din-din down at the Lobster Cave with all sorts of disreputable people, and then was silly enough to get some of the stuff recorded. Oh dear, I don't know who did the recording. The trouble is, sometimes you record something and you send it to someone, you might have sent it to everybody on your particular contacts list. Oh dear.
Well, he made himself out to be the big head kicker when it comes to police matters and all the rest of it. He didn't actually do his homework too well then, did he?
Tough on crime.
Well,
dining with the mob.
I think he was tough on lobsters. Hey?
And a few bottles of Grange.
You likes a bit of lobster?
And a bit of Grange.
What is it? You know when Grange and Liberals get together, there's something's going to go bad.
It cost a Liberal Premier of New South Wales his gig. But just to top it off, how about this? Barnaby Joyce is trying to explain away how come all this public water is getting pinched out of the Murray-Darling system by all these big cotton companies.
Farmers.
All big contributors to the National Party, I've got no doubt. And then we have the Minister for Franchising.
Bruce Billington. Oh, is that his name?
Bilson.
Yeah. Bilson. So I got his name wrong, but I tell you what, he didn't mind setting himself up before the closing of his political career, did he? He didn't mind getting in there and fancy representing those people. The Minister for Franchise.
Yeah.
The people that rip all the workers off. That's what they're notorious for.
7-Eleven, Domino's, the whole bloody lot.
All the pizza chains. I'll tell you another one. Mobil, all the gas stations. Caltex, sorry, and all that. And he's jumped in straight away. He got his 75 grand before he even finished. Well,
yep. Yes, he forgot to mention that he had a conflicting interest as the minister.
And I love all the Liberal MPs who feign surprise. Oh, shock horror. Didn't know Bill was getting all that cash. I thought he was genuine about standing up.
Just go show you do anything for money, doesn't it?
So I think it just tells you one thing. A Royal Commission is overdue, and therefore let's segue nicely into my choice in music today, which is John Lee Hooker and Me and My Telephone. Watch out, boys.
Yes, I ain't got nobody. Yeah, but me and my telephone. Yes, I ain't got nobody, yeah, people. Yeah, but me and my telephone. Nobody talk to me and keep me company. When my baby, she was here with me, my telephone kept on ringing all the time. But now, since she left me, my telephone don't ever ring.
Don't fight to lose. Concrete gangs here to stay. Don't fight to lose. There to struggle, there to win.
Now my baby done come back home. My telephone ring all the time. My baby done come back home. My telephone ring all the time. That's why I know, I didn't have no friend.
Righto, all those people in the Liberal Party, you might think you are using the new Registered Organisations Commission and all sorts of other people to wiretap union people, but you just keep giving it away on your own phone calls. Righto, let's move on.
Warren's musical selections are back. Complaints can be sent to 3CR.
Yes, and there ain't nothing wrong with all those great Negro blues musicians. Righto, Element 5 and their new friends, WorkSafe.
Amongst others. They
don't have any other friends except the NBA.
NBA, I was going to say, yeah. So, unbelievable. WorkSafe. If the gorilla was here, he'd be telling us we don't talk about them. It's a waste of time. But as if being useless wasn't bad enough, we've now got WorkSafe pursuing the union on behalf of the bloke who threatened and abused a young woman and her family employed by Trades Hall, because he is upset. He reckons the union's bullying him. So he's got onto the NBA, the NBA's got onto WorkSafe, and they're all banding together to say, oh no, this bloke's sent threatening and abusive emails to someone and her family, but it must be the union that's bad. It must be the union that's doing the wrong thing.
What would be the value of him working for your company, that bloke? Tell me.
Well, now he's got his doll collection stashed somewhere on the job.
Well, that was all I asked.
Or in the offices. They can't get rid of him because then the doll collection would be exposed. They'd have to figure out what to do with it. So I think it's all just hiding the dolls.
Indeed. And who is conducting the election? The investigation.
WorkSafe, right?
Yeah, Marnie Williams.
Yeah.
Who came along to a CFMEU delegates meeting and told everyone, new management, new start, new way of looking after people's safety. Good on you, Marnie.
But that more importantly, the business is running really well, and we wouldn't want to scare bosses because they're our partners. But they're happy to go after the union and say accuse us of bullying.
Big blow up dolls.
Well.
So apparently we're not partners. We're just people to be investigated. But the bosses are all mates.
While she's wasting all her energy doing that, do you reckon she could actually put a bit more into companies like Mav Group, Trio, Orange, Bayside, Project Group, Stella, Purovich, Balmain, Pace, Figurehead, Foursquare, whose safety standards on the job at the best would be below average, right?
Well, they're just trying to keep up with Element 5, aren't they?
Yeah, and yet she's running around trying to get this case going against a no-good bloke. Please.
No, on behalf of the no-good bloke.
Put your energy into something that might actually help building workers out there, right?
Righto. So our good friends from WorkSafe snuggling up. Everyone's snuggling up this week. What's going on?
It's all very cosy, isn't it? Always has been, I suppose.
Anyway, WorkSafe are snuggling up with Element 5, and Element 5 are clearly one of the worst offenders, but as the buzz says, they're not the Lone Rangers in any of this. Can we just move on quickly because we're running out of time? The CFMEU Awards Night is coming up, Buzzer.
Yeah, the CFMEU Awards Night is coming up. It's actually on Friday. Now you've got me, the 26th of August. Is that Friday, the 26th of August? Is that right?
Yep.
And at Flemington. And so there's nomination forms out. It's going to be a great night. We want to make sure everyone gets a table, gets a ticket, get out there and support it as we start a bit of a new generational switch to something a little bit different to what we've done before.
So it's the Victorian Union's Award Night, and it's going to be held in memory of John Cummins. Righto, just quickly, because we're running out of time, a cheerio to an absolute stalwart of the construction industry and all the unions that help make up the CFMEU. One union I think stands out, that's the BLF. I'm prejudiced. And the bloke that stands out in my mind as one of the all-time great contributors to the BLF and really did make a significant contribution to the state of wage and conditions in the industry, Normie Wallace. Cheerio to Normie. He's been in hospital, but he's bouncing back, and hopefully by the time this show goes to air, he will have got his results back, and Normie will be boxing on. He's in his 90s, and he is still going, an absolute treat. Cheerio to Normie. Also, a little cheerio to Dave Irwin. Congratulations. Dave is a father. And he's got a young daughter. I think this might be his first daughter, and he's taken some considerable time off to enjoy the whole thing. Good on you, Dave, and best wishes and to all the family. I'm not sure his partner's name. Dave will, I'm sure, after this, SMS me his partner's name and the daughter's name. Congratulations, and I hope everything's going terrific. Scallywags.
WorkSafe.
Yes.
Element
5 WorkSafe.
NBA.
What about Civil X playing up? Joe Bartolo?
Yeah, definitely.
Keller.
Definitely Keller.
ProBuild for that matter that's still being investigated up in Sydney, which seems to be more an engineering issue with the grillage, not the crane. The crane was fine, but the grillage it was sitting on was the problem. And
Hinch, Xenophon,
yes,
Hansen,
and all those people have voted for the code.
Cash, Turnbull.
Yep.
What a mob.
And what about Matty Guy and the Goodfellas?
Oh,
Hey?
Wise guy.
Wise guy.
Do you remember
Too many episodes of The Sopranos. I tell you what, this is going to go on and on and on. Non si parlo italiano, just give us the money.
who are we going for?
Work safe. Come on.
Nick Xenophon and those.
Oh, yeah.
What about Bruce?
Yeah, well.
Hey, Bruce Bilson. Hey, what a man, representing the franchise community. Oh, God, please.
No.
People would do anything for money, wouldn't they?
Well, listen, they're all equally
worthy.
reprehensible.
Oh, mate, what did the Liberals do? They spent all that time having that meeting this week, and where did they get? $180 million postal vote.
Yeah.
Oh, please. And then they're going to put it through a vote after that. Oh, come on.
Wasting money for bullshit.
Oh,
Righto.
Bets on they sell Australia
What are
Post
we
straight
doing?
after that.
Yeah, probably. With Australia Post, the way it's been absolutely demobilised by its management, and they ripped off all the money out.
Not to mention the census ABS stars.
Yeah, they'll never get the bloody envelopes out to people. No, I want to go Nick Xenophon.
oh.
Yeah, as long as we throw Hinch in there and
Yeah,
Hansen
that's
and the rest
that whole
of them.
crew.
Yeah.
Whole crew. And Suki Lala, Joe Bartolo.
Definitely.
Righto, we're going to go out the same old way. Dare to struggle,
Dare to win.
If you don't fight, you
You
lose.
lose.
And because I'm feeling generous, String Bean, who are we going out with?
It's time to smile. The Concrete Gang's doing better financially than the Liberal Party.
And just one other quick thing. Shane Jacobson is the MC on the Como night, and Popcorn is the music.
You've been listening to a 3CR podcast produced in the studios of independent community radio station 3CR in Melbourne, Australia. For more information, go to allthews.3cr.org.au.